All right.
Wow. Do you still have more to say?
I mean,
That's awesome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just hanging out here with my friends, Cindy and Amy Lou. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
thanks for having us, Kasie.
Hey, where are you? There's my friends. I was stuck on my screen with the login up, so. Oh, hey, Kelly's here. Hey, Kelly. So, Kelly, let us know in the chat box. You've been around VIPKid for a little while. I'm going to ask the same of Cindy and Amy Lou. Um, should we just call it? It's Amy Lou, right? For so long, I'm always like, do I call her Amy or Amy Lou? I'm always like, Amy Lou is cute. I like.
Yeah, well, it's funny because people without even knowing my middle name would just call me Amy Lou. It's a Southern thing, but my middle name is Louise. So it's Amy Lou.
Love it, love it. So let us know in the chat box. How long have you been with VIPKid? Is this your first Chinese New Year? Do you find that you get a bunch of bookings or are the bookings lower? We'd love to hear from you in the chat as well. And really quick, hello, Teacher Stephanie's here as well. Great. All right, so you guys want to introduce yourselves and let us know how long you've been teaching and with VIPKid and how many Chinese New Years have you been teaching?
Okay. So I'm Cindy Bennett, and this is let's see, this is my third. So yeah, I did not even know about Chinese New Year when I first started doing this, and so I learned I started. I guess it's something that teachers look forward to, Chinese New Year, because it's something that kids look forward to. It's really the highlight of their year. And the first year was really fun. Last year was kind of like, took the wind out of the sail with all the events. No, the kids didn't really get to do much, but I found that the first year, even some of my kids did travel, but I still got bookings. Like I see that some people say they didn't really get bookings during Chinese New Year. I think their schedules change, but a lot of my kids still booked. Like they might do a class in a restaurant or on a train or different things like that, but they still kept their bookings. So I didn't really see a decline in my classes. It may be different kids or a different schedule of kids per se, but I still kept teaching right on through. So
Good. And Amy?
My name's Amy Lou. I started with VIPKid September of 2019. So last year, 2020, was my first experience to have Chinese New Year's with my students. And of course, with COVID. So I don't know if that's going to be the same this year as last year. I think it kind of will be from what I'm gathering. But last year was very busy for me. It was a great time for me to pick up new students and new regulars. I kept my regular morning hours, and then I also added hours in the evening. However, after so long, that split shift is very difficult. So I leave the evenings for short notice. I don't have them book, so I can get that extra $2. I can get some new students.
Right.
It was a great time for me. Same as you, Cindy. I didn't really see a lot of difference in my schedule, except for maybe there might be some noise in the background for celebrations or more family coming over or something like in a restaurant, those types of things. But thankfully, the students like to show me what they're doing, and we, create a conversation throughout the lesson about what they're experiencing or what they're eating. I loved it. Yeah.
So I started just the month before Amy Lou did. I started in August of 2019, and I had the same experience. I was doing split shifts at the same time as she was, and I had quite a bit of bookings during that time. And again, I'm not sure if it was COVID either or if it's Chinese New Year. So this is definitely going to be a new experience. Kelly said she doesn't do nights. Yeah. I don't have any kids at home, so it was kind of an easy thing for me to pick up an extra couple of bucks here and there. If my husband was working, I'd open up short notice, that kind of thing. So Stephanie's been teaching 3 years. Let's see, my bookings.
I think too, like if you're new and you feel like you don't have a established schedule. Yeah. Like for me, the first year I would open up everything. Like, so then I might have like an evening or 2 evening classes and then 2 morning classes, or, I didn't book every single slot that I opened. Right. So I think when you're new, you kind of have to put that time in to do that split shift. Like I'm at the point now where I don't, but then if you need more money, then you can say, hey, but like I started opening some Friday nights and Saturday nights now. And every time it gets to be like 8:30, I'm like, why did I open those slots? I mean, I'm like, I could do it overnight. I could use the extra $100. And then I'm like, get to 8 or 9. I'm like, there's no way I can do overnight.
Right.
What I found easier for me, especially in the long run, is when I first started with VIPKid, I think I did those first 2 hours of the peak time. And then I slowly just added, the earlier 30 minutes. So for me now, I am in Central Time Zone. And I start teaching at 3:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Because also originally it was 4:30, but then the time changed.
Right.
And for me, it was easier to add on those extra hours in the morning rather than adding it in the evening.
Yeah.
And it's a schedule that I can keep up more consistently too. So that's just another idea.
Yeah. That's the way I am now. I start teaching between 4 and 4:30 now. But not before. Before I opened up everything and would take little cat naps where I could. And Stephanie said, my bookings have stayed the same during Chinese New Year, except for the first year when I got hired during Chinese New Year and barely got bookings. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm not blurry. Okay. Looking at myself, I'm blurry on my screen.
No, you look really crisp and clear.
Yeah, you look fine.
That's so weird then. Cool. All right. So I wanted to talk about, we talked about bookings, but I also wanted to talk about some resources and props, rewards, that kind of thing. So the first thing I'll show you, I'm going to share my screen. So you'll probably see my live YouTube for a second. All right. I wanted to show you. So if you're part of VIPKid, on VIPKid Advocacy, you can see that Eric Tong has posted something about New Year's. I suggest you go and check that out. And then here are some free props and rewards in VIPKid. So just go to the library and look for some of these. You can print them out free. There's like a plate with dumplings you could use as a reward. And this says Lucky Dolls. So there was tons and tons of things. I didn't keep them all open because there was so much. There are older props and rewards, such as the Year of the Dog, the Year of the Rat, all of those things. This year is the Ox. So, and both of you have virtual backgrounds. Are you going to be using virtual props and rewards this year? What do you think?
I will be, because that's just my thing. However, I am considering getting some red envelopes because I keep cash on my desk. And so every once in a while for some of my olders, whether it's just showing it in the different levels, but I think I might actually do some red envelopes.
Okay. Since you mentioned it, before Cindy answers that question, have you seen this red envelope from Amanda Panda?
Yes.
It comes with this, and then inside she has already put all the fake little money in it.
And I love that it's the Chinese money too.
Yeah, and it's thick. It's not like cheapy little papers. They're like really
cardstock.
Nice paper. It doesn't feel as rough as cardstock, but it is thick like cardstock. So
she sent that. You ordered that on Etsy?
Yes. So
cute.
I got mine on Etsy. Let's see. Do you want to see? I saved that on my screen as well. I was trying to be very well prepared here. So let me minimize this And then I have the Etsy shops of friends up here. So we have Oh My Stars, and this is hers right here. So for $4.50.
I'm not seeing that.
Yeah,
What-
I'm
Oh,
seeing VIPKid.
All I see is the red envelope Chinese New Year cutout series. I don't see another
Okay, let me reshare then.
part of it.
All right, you should see it now. How's that?
Yep.
Okay, so this is Amanda Panda's from her shop.
Oh, cute.
It is $4.50. So, but for me, I didn't have to cut any of this out, laminate it, or anything. It came just
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
a good price.
I thought so.
Wow.
And the little envelope has like a little thing that you can latch it down. But there was different envelopes, so I don't know which one you'll get, but I bought 4 of them so I could give a couple away. So that was one from Amanda Panda. On Oh My Stars, this was super cute too. This was from Paige, Oh My Stars' Etsy shop, and it's just a Find a Star. And most of my students love Find a Stars. Most of you know I've done Find a Star since I started, and I've had 150 something classes with one of them who still asks for a Find a Star every class. I'm like, aren't you bored?
Cute.
I've got some stars. I've got, guess the word. I've got tons of stuff. Find a star. So
Cute.
Well, and I like that hers are digital as well. You can print or use them in Manicam or OBS.
I haven't done that yet. Yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah, good point. Thanks for mentioning that. And then I want to show you the Year of the Ox Stars from Quirky Teacher Designs, which, if you don't know, is our friend Morgan. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore?
I see
what you're
not on the
holding in your
screen.
hand.
Yeah, we don't see the shared screen.
How come I keep losing the share screen? I've never had that happen before. Okay, can you
There
see
it goes. Yep.
There.
Okay, so
Oh, cute.
Year of the Ox Stars. And these I bought digitally and just printed them. Are they coming in clear for you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So they come with a bunch of them. And as you can tell, they weren't very expensive. Oh, well, you can't really tell on her screen because this is what I bought them for. But Year of the Ox, let's see if it tells you how much they are. $1.50. And you have some stars. So if you're not using digital stars and rewards, you want this fun little thing, check out Quirky Teacher Designs. That's Teacher Morgan.
Does she do digital as well? Or does she just do printed?
I think she started with digital,
Okay.
right, Amy?
Oh, okay.
Well, I know it's a digital download. I think she sends them as a PNG too.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I think you can get them either way.
Okay.
I
haven't tried that yet. I want to try that because I'm still learning Manicam. One of my things is once you start getting all these rewards, then you got to figure out how to package them on your.
Right.
Do you have folders? What do you do, Amy?
I do have folders. However, I end up just using the search bar more than anything. The biggest thing I find folders useful for are my backgrounds. And so those are actually stored on my computer. And I have each level has its own folder with different backgrounds. And then I actually put them in order by the units. So I'll have like, say, it's level 2 has its folder. And then unit 1, it'll be like 1 class or, a classroom, 1 mouse or, those different things. So
I love yours today.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I did a
really
quick
cool.
Google search right before we started.
That's what I did. Well, I did mine on Canva. I got mine from Canva.
Yeah.
Canva has a lot of backgrounds also.
I now made 2 stations in my office. So I have my green screen over there now. And then I have my little classroom right here. So I kind of been playing around with the camera here. It's driving me crazy because it fits different in the classroom than it does here.
Yeah.
Like in the classroom,
Yeah.
you can't see my magnetic board so much. So, but yeah, I'm playing with green screening, and my Minicam course starts tomorrow. So I'm gonna start using those rewards. You'll see.
Well, that's also why I
with
wanna-
Amanda.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay.
also why I want to try Morgan's and Paige. Is it Paige? Both of theirs, because I have not purchased any, but I want to. So that way I can use them and then also talk about them a little better.
Yeah. And then you're hoping friends. Hey,
Exactly.
that's how I started with getting them. But when I saw the oxes and everything, I was like, that's such a good idea to get now. And yeah. So let's see. And Cindy, I didn't really ask you about which ones. Are you going digital? Are you going to try to do a mix? What are you going to do this year?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of digital. It's just easier. And I'm just practicing. Like I try to make it look like it's all planned, but I'm just kind of playing around. So I have like these, oh, that was my lights today because I did India. But I have these cute little dogs,
Those
and
are really
I've been
cute,
putting
Cindy.
those up. Yeah, so I'm just trying to I just find ways to use the same reward for different levels and just make it like we did the farm in the city. So I just talked about what instead of like sometimes the kids get locked up. They don't know what to say. So you just throw them a dog and you say, what does the dog do in the city?
Right.
You know? So you could say, what does the dog do for Chinese New Year? You know?
Right.
So it's just amazing because sometimes you don't expect the kid to light up. And then like today I had a kid and I said something about, I put the dog up and he was kind of like drowsy. And then he saw the dog and he's like, I have a dog, you know, it was like changed the whole class.
Cute.
So, yeah, so I might even use, who knows, I might look up an aux, but I haven't like put in a file of New Year's. I also have like some fireworks. So you could, those are fun too, to put up fireworks. I did that for our New Year. And they do fireworks at Chinese New Year also. So those are really fun. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, I love it. Oh, I want that one.
I also do this for assessments.
Oh, yeah.
They love this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Well,
and sometimes the rat shows up.
That's hilarious. I think we have 13 people here. Say hello. Let us know.
Wow.
Teacher.
Oh, man. I got to think of something really awesome.
How many Chinese New Years have you been through? I see Rebecca's here. Hey, Rebecca. I know you've been teaching on VIPKid for a while. So I'd love to know what she thinks about Chinese New Year and bookings.
It's a great time to go short notice.
And she's a short notice teacher.
Right.
So,
I would think.
So what are the dates? Did we say the dates for Chinese New Year?
No. I had it up on my screen and I forgot. Let's see. Chinese New Year. You guys are probably so much faster than I am. February 12th.
Is the official. But they're already starting to get out of school.
Yeah, I found that interesting. That was something Eric Tong mentioned on his live, that normally they get out about 2 weeks early, but the elementary school is getting out they're adding 2 extra weeks this year. So some of the elementary school are out starting next week, which makes sense because I had 7 canceled for the 19th, 20th, and 21st. And I was like,
oh, I had some cancellations too. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to take a chance. I closed them. I'll open them short notice. But I figured if they don't book, then that just means I get to rest. So he said the elementary school is going 2 weeks earlier. And then he had specific dates on there for elementary school, middle school, and high school. So I found that interesting. Because, yeah, I guess they want the high schoolers in longer. So, great. All right. So what else about Chinese New Year can you guys think of? Somebody want to talk about their actual celebration and what they do for new teachers?
Well, a lot of my younger kids, they just stay home and they usually do watch a program on TV. that's like a national thing. And a lot of them just do that as a family kind of gathering. They might have family come over and visit, that kind of thing. And I know that my level 7 student, the first year I taught him, he did travel. He traveled to see his grandparents. But of course, last year he didn't. And he said this year he's not planning to either. So
I've heard the same from some of my students. Usually they travel, but they're not traveling. And also for us, we can watch what they watch on YouTube. I watched last year the celebration that they all watch on the their country television channel. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. So, and the kids get red envelopes. They call it hungbao. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but it has like their money in it from friends and family, or friends of the family. So the kids love Chinese New Year because they get some money.
right.
And a lot of them save it and hold on to it. Like I've seen my students where they just have stacks of bills from.
Are you serious?
Oh,
wow.
yes. Like it's incredible. For every year, so I think it was a 9-year-old that taught me, and she had all her money for 9 years.
Wow.
Oh my word.
I've asked them if they spend it.
My kids always said that their parents saved it for them for their education.
Wow.
That's what my student said. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll give my kids a whole bunch of money and tell them, okay, now it goes in the bank for your education.
Right?
I was like, that would work.
Yeah, if they were really interested in saving it, it'd be great.
My kids save their money, but it's usually not money that I give them that they save.
Right. Yeah. My kids are like, well, from my parents, that's spending money, right? But now they're 20 and 23, so they make their own money. Great. So I actually don't have anything else on my list. We talked about the resources, the free resources and resources you can find on Etsy and Teachers Pay Teachers, bookings, props, and rewards, and what it is.
I have something I can add, and that is on the teacher portal, you can go to events, and there are several meetups.
Oh.
That was weird. She's on. Oh, you muted.
Yeah. Okay. That was actually my fault.
Okay.
Sorry, Amy.
I was like, okay, fine. I won't share.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to.
That's a good idea.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to share your screen, and I was making you a co-host. But instead, I pushed mute. I did not.
I'm like, I need to pull it up. I haven't pulled it up. But yes, let me see if I can get it quick enough while talking at the same time.
Or I can while you talk.
Okay.
Mine's
so there's a lot of great meetups coming up within this week, as well as going throughout January and into February. So there's painting meetups, there's some lantern crafts. So it's a great place for you to create props for your classroom, even create maybe some rewards for the Chinese New Year celebration, as well as meeting different teachers. So the more you come to meetups, the more people you will meet and the more connections you will make. I've met a lot of great ladies through that. And what else did I want to say? Oh, I just lost my thought.
Well, I'll just show them while you think. So there's a Let's Paint Chinese New Year.
Yes, and the Dino Ox. Yeah. Oh, and you get tokens for going to a meetup. So if you're trying to, get tokens to buy something in the token center or to give to your students, you get 25 tokens for showing up, and it's a lot of fun. So I know Kathy is doing the Paint Dino Ox. So if you did not get your ox this morning, then you can paint one.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I wanted to say that for people that might be new, or maybe your bookings are kind of low, that may happen. I have seen people say that during Chinese New Year, they get lower bookings. Mm-hmm. And if that happens to you, the advice is always like, just, take it as a time to, brush up on something, you know, clean your office, do something that you haven't been able to do, because the bookings usually pick right up once they get back into their schedule and everything.
Maybe take some workshops, opportunity for some workshops.
And don't always take things so personally too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you see a lot of that. And I mean, maybe sometimes it is personal. I don't know.
Right.
But
That's true. But
you know, sometimes we do have to self-evaluate and check ourselves.
That's true.
But
That's
in general,
true.
you know, there's no true rhyme or reason for different things. You know, this past week, I even had several cancellations on like Tuesday. I normally teach 8 classes and I had 4, which was crazy. But they did. They had exams. They had different things going on. And so, you know, things come up just like things come up for us as teachers. So.
Right. And I just to say, as far as the meetups, Kasie had a really good meetup on self-care, and that was really good. And I was surprised. Like sometimes you go and you think, I'm going to go for myself because I need some self-care here. But then you realize that you're meeting a need for someone else, you know, by being there, by listening, by showing support and that kind of thing. So think outside of the box, I guess, you know, just think about I haven't really done a lot of meetups because I'm kind of busy with a lot. I got 15 million things going at the same time. But, you know, I really loved the one that I went to, and it was really meaningful and just gave me you know, time to think about other people, and maybe they're going through other things rather than just teaching problems. They have life problems and they need support, and a lot of people are lacking that right now. So yeah, it was really good. And so that's another thing to think about.
Yeah, and there's like some goal setting ones coming up. So, and I think they might try to do those kind of consistently so people can check in and say, okay, how did you do this month, or things like that. They've started a workout one where actually it's like 3 or 4 times a week. So I went to that this morning, and then me and another girl named Jennifer, we hosted a Totally 80s this morning. And that was a lot of fun. So there's lots to do, whether it's helping you teach and using technology, or using props, or answering questions, or there's just fun conversation. So, but as far as Chinese New Year's goes, there's like 12 different meetups related to Chinese New Year.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so, I'm hoping to do a meetup soon for VIPKid iPad users.
Oh, good idea.
I was kind of waiting for certain things, you know, life to settle a little bit. Yeah. And then I'm going to work it up with Melissa.
Okay, I was going to say, we've got great super host friends.
Yeah.
Kathy Kelly, hey, thanks for coming. She said, this is my second Chinese New Year. Last year I was new, so my bookings were terrible. Hopefully not this year. Oh, so when did you start? You're probably the same. Last year was mine and Amy Lou's first Chinese New Year as well. Danny came and had to leave. She went to her out school class. She said, thumbs up the live, y'all. Thanks, Danny. So super fun. Yeah, you never know who you're going to meet at those meetups. I think they're a great opportunity to just meet some people. If you can't meet people in person, you might as well meet them virtually on your computer.
Well, I think it's really awesome to meet. The thing that I love about the teachers is we have the connection of teaching online and VIPKid, but we're all so different. So I just love to hear about different people's lives and their backgrounds and their story. And even though we have the connection where we feel like we have that connection, but we also bring like totally different worlds to each other. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and they can understand.
Because my life is kind of boring.
Tired.
Because what? Yeah, exactly.
Where you're coming from, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Super
true.
Fun. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Any last minute Chinese New Year things we didn't think of that you can think of?
Have fun and happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Right? Go check out Eric Chong's his video on the VIPKid advocacy. I almost said family advocacy. That's a military thing. VIPKid advocacy group, and learn how to say like it's Happy New Year of the Ox, but it's it's a little different than that. So
Oh,
Happy
okay.
Year of the Ox or something. So go over
Okay.
there. It's in the picture I posted, but I'm not gonna try to pronounce it for you.
That reminds me though, talking about the ox, some students will say, no, it's not an ox, it's a cow, it's all these different.
Oh.
And so, they don't really have the different words that we have. So don't be surprised and shocked if your student's like, no, it's not an ox.
Oh, that happened with the rat. I called it a rat and everybody called it a mouse.
Now,
Exactly.
It's definitely a rat.
didn't
2020 was definitely a rat.
Yeah. Eric Chong said mule, and I thought he was saying mule until I saw the words written out. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, go check out that video too if you're a VIP Kid teacher. Eric Chong does a good job with it. So, all right. Oh, thanks for coming, Teacher Renee. Thanks. All right, everybody.
Okay, thank you,
See you guys later. We'll
Kasie.
see you next week.